Hi, it's fall and my favorite time of year, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of come outside and do this with you. What I'd like to do is show you something that you can do with your kids, and you can show them this video if you want, that's fine. But it would be so much more impactful if you told them, because you're a bigger influence on your kids than I am. And if you actually took them outside and did it with them, it would make that even bigger an impact. And you can use any seed you want. You can use a pumpkin seed or an apple seed. I, on the other hand, am going to use an acorn. So this is something you would do with your kids. So this, in my hand, is an acorn. But this is an oak tree. And it's one of my favorite oak trees. It's big and tall and wide, and it stretches all across this big garden area. And next to it, I am pretty short and pretty small. And the question I would ask is, if I look at this acorn, and then if I look at the oak tree, I ask, how did that come out of an acorn like this? And I look at this, and then I look at that, and I look at this, and I look at that some more, and I just shake my head and say, it's impossible. There's just no way that something that big could come out of something this size. And that's because we're looking at the oak tree and the acorn. And we're trying to figure it all out in our head and make sense of it all, when what we don't know is there's this transformation that happens that only God could do. So what we should be doing instead of looking at the acorn or the oak tree, is we should be looking at God and saying, God, I know this acorn is so small, but you are so big. And when we pray, the same thing happens. Jesus said, if you have faith the size of this mustard seed, the size of this acorn, you can say to this mountain, move, and it will move. Nothing is impossible for you. And that's because nothing is impossible for God. He's big. He can stretch an oak tree out of an acorn. He can take a tiny little sperm and egg and make somebody big and beautiful like you. That's because we have to look at God and not the size of the bigness or the smallness of what we see, but the bigness and greatness of who God is.